This morning. Hi Taurus, how are you? I cannot believe I've just had to block out the sunlight. It's so bright. I think Cancer's was just ridiculous. I think if you're watching from a Cancer point of view, you need sunglasses. So this is your December 2017 Psychic Astrology forecast. Taurus, welcome to the channel, anybody new out there, and hello to all my regulars. I've had to put a top on because I was actually getting quite cold, even though the sun is coming through. I was freezing. It's just been one of those days. I've had to re-record things back to front. It is typical Mercury retrograde, but it hasn't even happened yet. Can you believe it? But it has been going on for me for at least a couple of weeks, different things, and I'm very glad to hear any of your accounts of it, if you've had any interesting moments. I think it's also the build up of this super moon is all to do with communication, guys. Be aware of what you're buying during this period. Any electricals, they may not turn up, they may be faulty. Make sure you've got good guarantees to get things fixed. And the thing is, when you send things off to get fixed, they may not arrive. I'm still waiting for some cooker knobs, which I ordered quite a long time ago now, and they still haven't arrived. So she'll see what happens with that. But not that I can go without the cooker knobs for a while. We've been using pliers to turn them. You know, it's what you do. You need to back up your plans, guys, for Mercury. It's really important. And I think being quite a structured sign, you know, if things are sort of all airy-fairy, it's not good for you Taurians. You like to have a little bit of structure and order. So get ready for some change over this super moon. You may find you've got emotions inside you've never experienced. That suddenly you become, you know, like the water sign. You know, you're out all over the place. I do see some lovely surprises this month though for you, and I feel that you really need to keep really focused on what your dreams are. I picked a card for you which is about dreams. It's like, think big. You know, there are unforeseen or unseen forces ready to support your dreams. So, you know, whatever you do, whatever anybody else is doing, or whatever other hissy fits they're happening, or, you know, or crises or confrontations or things that come at you, just keep focused on that bigger dream, because it will happen, it will transpire, and I think you're going to see some lovely pleasant surprises. The question, well, the answer is to keep listening to what fulfills you, keep seeking fulfillment, and keep working on changing those patterns in your life. I feel something massive is going to change this month. I've looked at a lot of the star signs already, and there seems to be this sense of release coming over this month, and you know, almost like a welcome surprise into and healing into the new year. And it's nice because I feel it's coming before the new year, which is what we need. Fate is going to bring something in writing at you which will actually be linked to that change of pattern, or you'll find that the change of pattern happens first and then you get what you want in writing. I think that's for some of you, you've been waiting for maybe information from, excuse me, can't speak, from interviews, maybe, you know, and it's like I can see some of you drumming your fingers and going, come on, come on, come on, why isn't this happening? It is coming, just trust, right? It is going to come. There is definitely expansion here, and I do see positive energy around any travel overseas. Now, this is interesting because it's always a time around Mercury that you should be really aware when you travel, because, you know, you could have misconnections, you could have delays, you know, that sort of thing. But I feel that if this is to do with work and the opportunities are coming in from overseas, then this is a positive thing. Be aware of signing anything at this point though, because, you know, you need to be absolutely sure it's what you want. So remember the message fulfillment. If it fulfills your whole criteria, then it's a good time to sign. If it's not, then wait for a better time, because, you know, that time over Christmas is generally quite a quiet period, so not a lot's going to actually happen. So you actually have, it gives you more time, you know. I mean, in some ways this is the best time for Mercury to go retrograde, because everybody wants to sit back anyway, except for if you're posting things and you need to get them off. But to be fair, you know, I feel if something's going to get there, it's going to get there. You know, if it's for the highest good, it will get there, and it'll be received at the right time. And that's what you need to keep in mind, that, you know, if you put something in the post, you know, you put a card in the post, think, you know, thank you, universe, for getting this to the place it needs to go at the right time. Now, around the full moon, you may feel a little bit like, you know, a little bit more intense, more passionate than usual. You never know. That could be a good thing. But I do see a breakthrough and this sense of you know, handshakes, commitment, new direction, just a feeling of contentment as well, that you've done the best you can and you're doing the right thing for yourself. I feel this transformation coming through healing aspects. If you do feel that you suffer from a minor cold or whatever, I feel this is more of a release than something that is stressing you out, you know, like a stress cold, I call them, where you've been doing too much and you get ill. It's more of after you've finished, you know, and you're all in a calm place, that's when you get ill, you know. So it's like a purge, really. But I feel this is more to do with inner past or past stuff that needs to come to the surface, you need to let go of, and that's the healing. And it will bring you more, you know, it will help you abundantly, it will help things flow better, and it will help you alter perspective. So if you've suddenly come down with something, you know, minor illness, and you have to take a few days off and you have to rest, just that rest time is going to allow you to see things differently, because you won't be in it, you know, you're not going to be in the middle of things, you know, you may have time on your own. So it's happening to help you, it's happening to help you purge and to release some of that maybe pent up stress or something you've been holding on to. I do see more money this month, which is good, and things turning around in your favour. So there could be something you've been waiting for. I think for some of you, there could be some lucky scratch cards out there. And please do not go out and start buying scratch cards. If you've already bought one, or you were going to anyway, that's different. But you may find a bit of luck there. Remember, this is a universal reading for all Taurians. It doesn't mean it's going to be linked to everyone. So again, you know, I'm not putting out there to go gambling or anything. And, you know, spend your last £5 on a scratch card. But sometimes you just do, you get that sense of intuition to do something, and you just feel it's right, and that's when it works. Personally, I never buy scratch cards unless I absolutely feel it, and I get quite irritated if my husband says to me, you know, oh, go and do this, go and do that, get a lottery ticket, because it feels forced to me. It doesn't feel natural. And I don't feel like I'm in the flow, and I think this is what's so important this month, that you're in the flow. Now, for some of you, you may, you know, this healing may cause you to come down a little bit or feel a bit low, but just go with it, because you're going to really grow in so much stronger. And, you know, so if you need to cry, have a good cry, let it all out, but be aware of sort of shouting the odds or having a screaming match with somebody. I don't think that's going to necessarily fulfill you or help you. You know, just acknowledge how you're feeling and really understand where it's coming from before you sort of direct it at somebody just to blame them. Because again, you know, you may feel more heated at the moment, you may feel more emotional, but you don't want to throw something out or say something that could really potentially harm a relationship. Because remember, Mercury being in retrograde, it does cause miscommunication. So somebody might hear that in a very different way than they normally do, which would be really unfortunate, and for you to sort of, you know, end up with a grievance that you have to sort of deal with for months later, especially around, again, remember that around work as well, because I feel for some of you, you may suddenly want to speak your truth at work, and it may not come across in the way, or be received in the right way. Now, but this is the thing, anything to do with work, travel, expansion, I'm seeing really positive here. And I do see anyone in a management position being very expansive, or people going into management positions, or if you've interviewed for a management position, I'm seeing positivity here. There's options coming to you, and even if someone's being stubborn or awkward, know that you still have a choice. It doesn't, just because they've said no doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. But at the same time, you know, watch your own stubbornness, that you're not being hard on yourself, or you're not allowing yourself to be flexible, because sometimes the plan does need to change, and sometimes you do need to be open to something else. And if something's being blocked, then maybe that's the answer. Now, relationship-wise, is a lot of fateful incidences coming around, especially if you're on your own. I feel there's could be some passionate connections here. And I do see this leading to love, which is really nice, because a lot of the time the passionate stuff doesn't always go there. You know, it's just the heat of the moment. Maybe it's some works parties here as well, I'm getting. You may get a love letter in your Christmas card as well from somebody, or I'm feeling that some messages from loved ones or people that you're with could be a lot deeper and more intense this year than they have been, and more meaningful. So take the time to read them. You know, sometimes we look at a Christmas card, oh, that's nice, it's from so-and-so, and then just put it on the shelf. But I think in some cards there's going to be some really interesting messages, and somebody may have taken time to write you a letter, and I think that's really, it's going to help. Make sure that you rejuvenate yourself, and allow yourself to rejuvenate and allow yourself to grow. So like I'm saying, if you're feeling under the weather, if you're feeling overtired, take a rest, listen to your body, because you will get so much more from it, and it may be that you just need to stop for a while and reevaluate. So have a great December, Taurus, and if you'd like a private reading, just go to the links below in the description box if you'd like to support this channel, and have a wonderful Christmas and a great New Year, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.